Welcome to our channel, where today we're diving deep into the fascinating world of collectibles, specifically focusing on one of the most notorious eras in numismatic history, the 1984 1-cent coin, which is valued at an extraordinary $78 million due to its myriad errors and mistakes that have captivated collectors and investors alike. Imagine holding a simple penny in your hand, one that seems like any other, yet possesses a story so complex and layered, rooted in misprints and minting abnormalities that elevate its worth to almost unfathomable heights. The tale of this coin is not just a narrative of a simple mistake, it is interwoven with the themes of rarity, desire, and the curious ways in which value is assigned in the world of finance and collectibles. It began like any other day at the US Mint, producing billions of coins intended for circulation. However, in the case of the 1984 penny, an unforeseen error emerged due to a malfunction in the minting process. What distinguishes this particular coin from all its fellow pennies is encapsulated in the critical misalignment that occurred during its striking. Within minting, precision is vital. However, this penny was struck with an incorrect planchet, effectively transforming what should have been an inconspicuous coin into an extraordinary anomaly. The result of this oversight left the 1984 penny with a unique stamping that future scholars and collectors would dissect meticulously, deciphering the sequence of events that ultimately turned a common piece of currency into something more akin to a treasure. Those who were fortunate enough to acquire these error coins have watched the value soar, as interest from collectors and numismatists drives demand. The rarity of the 1984 1-cent coin today cannot be overstated. It is not simply the error itself that increases its importance, but rather the impacts of time, storytelling, and the peculiar nature of human psychology surrounding asset valuation. People are drawn to stories that speak of chance, serendipity, and fortuity, which is precisely what this coin embodies. Additionally, with coin collecting often being influenced by the principles of scarcity and desirability, the mere existence of a small number of these coins creates a frenzy among collectors eager to secure a piece of history. In this case, despite the seeming mundanity of a penny, the premium price tag extends beyond just the surface-level mistake. It taps into a wider narrative of human intrigue and investment. To further add to its mystique, there are various theories regarding how many of these error coins exist, with some experts estimating only a handful remain in circulation. Such discussions only serve to heighten its allure. What elevates these coins into a realm of uncharted financial potential is the intersection of economics, society, and culture. As these aspects mingle, they paint a more colorful portrait of what such collectibles can signify. The helium inflating the value of this particular penny hints at our society's evolving understanding of worth, as it challenges traditional financial instruments and holds profound implications about our perception of currency, permanence, and memory. This penny represents the stories we create around objects, creating a tapestry where personal anecdotes bend the narrative of worth and collectability. Therefore, to hold a 1984 1-cent coin is to clutch not just a piece of metal, but a slice of culture, captured within an errant strike, an evolution of value manifestation, revealing just how mistakes in minting can spawn legendary stories that encapsulate human fascination with rarity and the quest for significance beyond the ordinary. This goes beyond mere interest or insight into the realms of finance. It merges the primal instinct of hunting down a treasure with the modern-day ramifications for monetary systems and the arbitrary nature of value as it largely relates to emotional weight and historical context. Let's reflect on great mistakes in history, how they shape our understanding of wealth and memorabilia, evolving into discussions that can have substantial implications. As we traverse this journey together, we will dissect what can trigger price appreciation in collectibles and the extent to which human interest can upset the scales of supply and demand, creating an intriguing marketplace that thrives on the notion of what could be. In the end, the 1984 penny serves as a case study that illustrates how even a simple, everyday object can be transformed into an emblem of wealth and aspiration, pushing the boundaries of conventional understanding of value, making us ponder deeper questions about human desires, errors, and the construct of wealth itself. This penny reminds us that within seemingly mundane experiences, treasures await discovery, instantly shifting perceptions and defining layers of significance related to what we value in our lives. We will explore the various avenues that can enhance a coin's market value, such as provenance, historical relevance, and artistic merit, and analyze how these cater to collectors' emotions and aspirations. Through narrative arcs that include tales of other rare coins, historical market fluctuations, and insights shared among numismatic experts, we will endeavor to unravel the intricate tapestry of what makes this particular penny stand out from the common flood of currency that passes through our hands daily. As we dive deeper into the mechanics of coin valuation, bear in mind the great fortunes and fabled lives of coin collectors who have seen their fortunes made or lost in the thrilling game of collectibles. Each twist and turn in this landscape enlivens the spirit of adventure, pushing each collector to seek out that next big catch, akin to discovering gold amongst the dirt. The scope of our exploration may also lead us into online marketplaces, auctions steeped in tradition and innovation, and paths laden with lessons about timing, investment strategies, instinctual impulses correlated with human behavior, and perhaps even a moral or ethical discussion regarding the realms of collecting. However, this is not merely a tale about value, rather, it is also about the journey of collectors fueled by curiosity and zeal, often leading to surprising turns in their paths. Collecting transcends the simple notion of acquisition, it embodies a greater life philosophy rooted in exploration and the everlasting human yearning to connect with the extraordinary, whether through the individual narratives depicted on rare coins or the collective experience shared among seekers of the exceptional. So, as we wrap our minds around the multifaceted dimensions that define the 1984 1-cent era coin, we remind ourselves of what coins represent culturally, socially, and psychologically, intertwining with everything from nostalgia to pure fascination. The complex pageantry surrounding the journey of these coins and their value can incite debates among collectors, generate articles for enthusiasts, and even inspire films or literature all centered on this intriguing concept of unearthing treasure. By following the breadcrumbs of history, examining thoroughly the structures beneath the surface of collecting, and unearthing the stories hidden within coins themselves, we can amplify the discourse surrounding not only the value of the 1984 penny but the way in which numismatic history weaves itself into the very fabric of our societies, challenging our conceptions and evolving as our desires shift and morph with time. By understanding the emotional resonance behind collecting, we gain critical insight into the underlying mechanisms that shape the market and the ways in which value can stretch far beyond intrinsic worth, validated primarily through collective perception and individual passion. So join us as we continue to explore together the sprawling world of collectibles, uncovering the strands of narrative, legacy, and human sentiment woven tightly into each coin's journey, particularly that extraordinary 1984 1-cent coin, which, because of its unique errors and mistakes, has been granted a valuation of $78 million, lighting the way for a remarkable intersection of serendipity, history, and the infinite search for significance that every collector and enthusiast represents in search of their own treasure. Whether you are a seasoned numismatist or a curious newcomer drawn to the allure of extraordinary artifacts, there's ample room for us all in this adventure, as we delve deeper into these narratives of fascination and value, exploring what makes mistakes worth their weight in gold, silver, or perhaps even copper, where each misstep chronicles entitlement, investment, identity, and legacy, enriching the human experience and our perpetual quest for meaning in the world around us. Let's continue this remarkable expedition together as we explore further through this complex maze of errors, interpretations, and aspirations shrouded in the fascinating currency of our culture and the way the 1984 1-cent coin intertwines with the legacy of human aspiration and achievement. As we wind down our discussion, remember that every coin has its own tale to tell. Perhaps it's time to venture into your own adventure, seek your treasures, and unearth stories that deserve uncovering. Thank you for joining us in tracing the remarkable history of this significant era coin. Next, we dive deep into some of the most fascinating stories from history and the world of collectibles. Today, we are going to explore a truly remarkable tale that involves a simple 1-cent coin from 1990 that has created massive waves in the numismatic community, reaching an astonishing valuation of $63 million. Yes, you heard that right, a 1-cent coin that can be worth a staggering amount. Now this incredible journey starts with the errors and unique production mistakes that led to this extraordinary value, And to help you understand the significance of this coin, we need to take a closer look at the context of coin production in the 1990s and the minting process. Every year, millions of coins are produced, but due to the high volume and rushed production schedules, mistakes can happen. These mistakes may seem trivial at first, but some can have long-lasting effects on the value of the coins produced. The particular coin we are focusing on today, the 1991-cent coin, embodies the perfect storm of minting errors that have catapulted it into the realm of high value. The United States Mint, which is responsible for producing the nation's coinage, has a long history of producing coins that are not only functional but also collectible. But in the case of the 1991-cent piece, a number of production errors transpired that turned what would normally be a common and unremarkable coin into a rare and highly coveted item, one of the biggest mistakes that can occur during the minting process is called a double die. A double die occurs when the coin's design is struck multiple times by the dies, resulting in a slightly off-center or over-impressed image. This causes distinct and noticeable variations in appearance, which, as any coin collector will tell you, can tremendously increase a coin's value. In the case of the 1990 Lincoln penny, several examples have been found that showcase this error, making them incredibly rare and sought after. These double die coins showcase anomalies in the letters and other features, leading collectors to pay top dollar for these specific variants. Another error that can lead to an increase in value is the concept of under or over minting. Essentially, this refers to the quantity of coins produced. If a certain batch of coins is significantly fewer in number due to issues at the minting plant, then their value escalates in the collector community. Limited production often creates a perceived scarcity which, as we all know, can drive up market demand. Additionally, in the case of our 1-cent coin, there have been examples of coins that have been struck on incorrect planchets, which can occur when the mint uses the wrong type of metal disc to create the coins. If a penny is accidentally struck on a nickel planchet, for example, it can create a unique piece that stands out in the eyes of collectors. These kinds of errors are not just trivial mistakes. They create a narrative history all of their own, thereby providing a context that increases their allure and desirability. When we talk about the 1991-cent coin, we need to consider that there are multiple factors that contribute to its incredible valuation beyond just the errors themselves. The overall condition of the coin plays a crucial role. Coins that have been well preserved over the years tend to fetch higher prices. Collectors will look for coins that are graded highly by professional grading services. The higher the grade, the more valuable the coin often is. Coins that exhibit minimal wear and show signs of being kept in an ideal environment, free of harsh elements like moisture or extreme temperature fluctuations, tend to be much more desirable. The story of the 1991-cent coin isn't just about rarity, there's also a fascinating narrative tied to it, making it a part of not just coin collecting history but American history as well. Let's consider how the socio-economic environment of the time plays into the demand for collectible items. During the early 1990s, the economy was recovering from previous recessions, and as disposable income began to grow among certain demographics, people began looking for ways to invest and collect items that could yield significant returns. This period saw a significant uptick in interest in numismatics, with collectors actively seeking out errors or anomalies in coins. This increased interest in collectibles certainly buoyed the market for rarities, and thus the 1991-cent piece became a hot commodity for enthusiasts, driving its value even higher. Another anomaly that adds to its worth is the historical significance of the designs featured on the Lincoln penny itself. The 1990 version bears Abraham Lincoln's profile, a representation that reminds collectors of the unique history of the United States, the story of Lincoln as a president. His legacy as one of America's most revered leaders makes each coin carry more than just monetary value but also cultural and historical significance. This aspect translates into the overall market demand for these coins, transforming mere currency into pieces of history. And with each coin unearthed, collectors engage in a little piece of American heritage. Thus, the 1991-cent coin isn't only valuable because of its unique errors, it encapsulates stories of the past, shifts in economic conditions, and changes in collector interests, making it a multifaceted item in the coin collecting community. At this point, it is important to address the emotional and psychological factors underlying the intrinsic value of rare coins. For many collectors, owning rare coins is as much about the thrill of the hunt and the satisfaction of unearthing hidden treasures as it is about financial investment. It is often a lifelong passion for collectors to seek out coins that tell stories or have unique characteristics. Having a rare 1990 penny in one's collection not only provides bragging rights but serves as a physical manifestation of hard work and dedication in the pursuit of numismatic excellence. It provides a tangible connection to history, allowing collectors to visualize and hold a piece of time. In addition to emotional significance, we must also discuss the digital age and how it has transformed the world of coin collecting. With online platforms and social media, it has become increasingly easy for collectors to network, communicate, and trade. Informational resources have broadened, giving many newfound access to communities that were once difficult to connect with. Enthusiasts can now share their discoveries immediately and engage in collaborative research about their beloved collectibles. This increased accessibility to information and networks may have played a role in driving up interest and prices, as the rare 1991-cent coin draws attention on these digital platforms. Demand surges as collectors realize the rarity and potential future value, ultimately leading to speculation and investment conversations. To wrap it up, the world of numismatics is filled with extraordinary stories, but few are as wildly astonishing as that of the 1991-cent coin. Selling at $63 million is no small feat. It's a tale grounded in the marvels of minting eras, coupled with an undeniable economic and historical context that makes it all the more compelling. This small piece of currency, once just considered an everyday item, has transformed into an embodiment of collecting culture, representing the hustle of the past, the thrill of discovery in the present, and the potential for future value in a dynamic market. So who knows what treasures lie hidden in your change drawer? Maybe you have your own 1991-cent piece just waiting to reveal its story, or perhaps you've just gained a new appreciation for collecting coins and their rich histories. As we continue to explore these incredible stories together, we invite you to dig into your own collections and consider what remarkable pieces may be just a coin flip away. Thank you for watching. Please like and subscribe for more tales from the world of collectibles and history. Last, we're diving into one of the most astonishing numismatic stories of the decade, a tale that bridges the gap between casual coin collecting and serious financial investment, where a single-cent coin, struck in the year 2017, has become a hot topic of discussion among enthusiasts and investors alike, fetching mind-boggling prices, sometimes even exceeding $34 million at auction. All thanks to a series of unique errors and mistakes that occurred during its minting process. It's hard to believe that something so small and seemingly insignificant could hold such enormous value, yet here we are, standing in awe of what has become an iconic symbol of the interplay between chance and rarity in the world of coin collecting. The story of the 2017 D1-cent coin begins with its minting at the Denver Mint, where, under normal circumstances, these coins would be produced in massive quantities, leading to little or no collectability based on standard numismatic criteria. However, as we peel back the layers of its production, we discover that this particular coin was not merely a product of chance. It was the result of a series of critical missteps that turned it into an astonishing treasure for collectors. The first aspect to consider is the error itself. In this case, we're speaking of a variety of mistakes, including an incorrect strike that resulted in significant die clashes and overpolishing. Errors like these tend to create coins that catch the eyes of collectors and investors due in part to their limited availability and the stories surrounding their creation. The numismatic community often views such errors as opportunities to own a piece of history that stands apart from the vast sea of ordinary coins, a coin that tells a story of its journey through the minting process, highlighting human error and the unpredictable nature of manufacturing. But what makes the 2017 D1-cent so particularly special compared to other coins featuring mint errors? It all boils down to three key components: rarity, demand, and the law that accompanies such unique items. While many coins emerge from the mint with minor defects, only a select few achieve the kind of cult status that commands the attention of serious collectors and investors. It's worth considering that the rarity of a coin denotes not simply the number of pieces produced but also the number of surviving examples, especially those in fine condition, that makes them desirable. Rarity is further compounded in the case of the 2017 D1-cent. given the limited amount of coins exhibiting these specific minting flaws, their existence is inherently linked to various factors such as the actual number produced and the subsequent fate of the coins once they left the Denver Mint. The tale continues as we venture into the depths of coin grading, where the professional assessment of mint condition and error severity plays a crucial role in determining market value. Coins are typically assessed on a scale ranging from 1 to 70, with higher grades fetching significantly more money. This 2017 D1 coin notably received an exceptional grade due to its unique errors. The more pristine the coin, the higher the perceived value, which translates into real dollars for savvy collectors willing to invest money into the hobby. As we discuss the financial implications of this particular coin, one fascinating aspect cannot be ignored: the role of social media and internet culture in driving its price skyward. In today's digital age, news travels fast, and interest in the most unusual collectibles can ignite excitement among communities of collectors. Online forums, social media groups, and dedicated auction platforms provide avenues for enthusiasts to trade knowledge, share their finds, and encourage each other to bid on coins like the 2017 D1 driving the price well beyond its face value, sometimes reaching astronomical amounts during highly publicized auction events. The collective fascination can lead to bidding wars where two or more serious collectors vie for ownership of a piece they believe will not only appreciate in value over time but could also solidify their status within the community. A coin such as the 2017 D1 does not simply serve as currency or a means of exchange; it morphs into an investment vehicle, a portfolio item in the eyes of those astute enough to see beyond the coin's utilitarian function. It embodies the allure of owning a priceless artifact that not only tells the story of an era but also manifests the deeper psychological elements inherent in collecting, such as the thrill of the hunt and the joy of discovery. As our exploration continues, we should also touch upon the potential for this cool little 1-cent piece to serve as an entry point for newcomers into the world of coin collecting. A coin exhibiting such distinct and notable errors can often serve to excite interest in other segments of the numismatic world, encouraging budding collectors to investigate other errors and varieties throughout history, ultimately enhancing their knowledge and appreciation of the craft. Those who may have previously regarded coins solely as change might soon find themselves captivated by the stories, the artistry behind every piece, and the economic principles that govern this peculiar market. In wrapping up this story, we must not overlook the fundamental principle of appreciation that exists within any collectible market, especially that of coins where historical significance meets artistic merit. The 2017 D1 coin is not just a penny, it's a testament to the unpredictable nature of production, a rare misstep in an otherwise standardized process that resonates deep within the hearts of collectors. It's also a reminder that value is not merely tied to intrinsic measures of material worth; it transcends to cultural significance, rarity, and sometimes even a sprinkle of good fortune. The most striking facet of this narrative is how a single coin can simultaneously represent a mundane piece of currency while embodying extraordinary value due to the sheer uniqueness of its existence amidst the myriad of coins produced daily. In our final discussion of the 2017 D1 coin, let's reflect on how engaging with pieces such as this opens avenues to explore the vast tapestry of our monetary history, allowing us an opportunity to connect with the past and invest in the future of collectibles as a whole. Whether you are a seasoned collector or a casual observer, the story of the 2017 D1 serves as an inviting gateway into the enigmatic world of coins where every piece tells a story, and every mistake made becomes a stepping stone toward creating something remarkable and infinitely valuable. Thanks for joining me today as we unravel the intricacies behind what makes this particular coin so special. If you enjoyed the video, please don't forget to like, share, and subscribe for more fascinating stories from the world of collectibles. See you in the next one.